Let's take a look at the F1 Clash Community Championship Week 5 result. We've just completed the Alpine team event, and after last week it was pretty close with a draw for P1. But let's quickly take a look at the standings prior to this week so we can see exactly where teams do lie. So last week it was Red Bull in 10th place, we had McLaren in 9th with 11, Ferrari 20 points, Aston Martin 27, and rounding out that P6 to P10 grid position was Haas F1 team with 32. Into the top 5 we had Williams with 38, Mercedes 46, AlphaTauri with 53, Alpine were actually 75.5, it was just an error on the scoreboard, and Alfa Romeo with 96.5. So that leads us in to the conclusion of the F1 Clash Alpine team event, and let's go from 10th to 1st exactly like we did last week and find out who scored the best median score. So in 10th place this week goes to Red Bull Racing with 5,050 points. 9th place belongs to Ferrari, 5,675. 8th place, Aston Martin, 5,975 median score. Climbing the results, McLaren in P7 with 6,150. It's a drop this week for Williams, 6,450 points. Into the top 5 and Haas F1 team, 6,850, moving on up. 4th place belongs to Mercedes with 7,550. It's the podium places, and in P3, AlphaTauri, 9,950 points with another P3 finish. And that brings us on to the top 2. Last week it was locked horns at the top, Alfa Romeo and Alpine. But who has come victorious this week? Well, here we go. The top 2 this week. In second is Alfa Romeo, 14,600, with Alpine squeaking through in P1 with 14,625. So 25 points is the difference between the top 2. A massive congratulations to Sotiris, the president, on Alpine's first P1. And what a fitting way to do it in the Alpine team event. Alfa Romeo, we have to settle for P2 this week, but let's make sure we bounce back. And as you saw, 25 points difference. That's why every single point, every single race truly matters. So Alfa Romeo, we go again next week. Congratulations to all players, but most importantly, congratulations to Sotiris and Alpine on their first P1 solely of the F1 Clash Community Championship. So the latest standings have Red Bull in 10th, McLaren in 9th. We've got Ferrari 8th, Aston Martin 7th, and Haas 6th. So Aston Martin really trying to close the gap now on Haas, and likewise Ferrari to Aston Martin. Some interesting battles down below. Haas F1 team just 4 points behind Williams, hoping to get into the top 5. Williams in pursuit of Mercedes, who are in 4th with 58 points. Closing the gap, or trying to get there anyway, Mercedes behind AlphaTauri. I think that gap is actually increased ever so slightly, but still just the 10 points in it at the moment. And then the top 2, so Alpine 100.5 and 114.5 for Alfa Romeo. That is exactly 2 P1s and 2 P2s for both teams. So if it does switch round now and Alpine take the lead, expect in 2 weeks' time that the scores could be level unless Alfa Romeo have something to say about it.